Fallout Online Ashes of Phoenix is the newest take on the classic FOnline formula, but with quite a few drastic twists. Before we get to the features, however, let's talk about the setting. Ashes of Phoenix isn't just an allusion to the revitalization of a stale and tired old game, but a description of the old world city that has fallen on very hard times. The once average capital has become a battleground for four powerful factions: the self-righteous Jim, Jack, and Joe lawyer agency, the psychotic Brahmin boys, the deathly loyal family, and the advanced Vault technologies. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about you. Character creation has changed, and if you're planning on making the same tired power build you've been making on every other FOnline, you're in for a surprise. The basic attributes have been rebalanced and pretty much entirely overhauled. Charisma is no longer a simple dump stat, with new leadership and squad features that reward you for having a team leader who uses educational modules based on ancient historical figures to buff his squad mates and turn the tide of battle. I'd get into all the changes with your special points, but we don't have all day. The perks and traits system has been reworked to adapt with the different weapons and armor that you use, allowing you to spend less time specializing and grinding, and more time chewing bubblegum and kicking ass. The action point system barely resembles that of the classic game, as it is based on a percentage instead of your agility score. Your agility, however, does buff how quickly it regenerates, but you're no longer required to stand still and wait to get murdered because maybe, just maybe, you're going to get lucky when that last AP point ticks and enables you to fight back. The crafting is similar, however, the way within which you obtain blueprints is not. In order to learn new recipes, you're required to enter the core of the city and scavenge resources and valuable old world relics that are in demand within your faction. Every time you enter the city, however, you run the risk of encountering players from other factions, which seldom ends with a peaceful chit-chat. This power struggle, represented by the zone control mechanic, can be very profitable and creates the feel of a much more dynamic world. There are too many distinct features to cover in a reasonable amount of time, including cones of fire, suppression, bleeding, a new and unique map, 5 tiers of faction assignments with 1,000 different difficulty fluctuations, deployable big guns, challenging brand new handmade dungeons, and screw it. Visit the forums, join the beta, and find out for yourself. I'm not getting paid for this. Make no mistake, however, this game is still quite in beta, so if you have any good ideas or opinions, or you find any bugs, post them on the forums. The devs are pretty active, and community interest will just make them want to work harder to bring you a better game.